Are you getting tired of the endless manual updates and, let's be honest, the potential downtime that comes with static routing tables in Azure? Well, there's a much better way. Today, we're diving into how Border Gateway Protocol, or BGP, can completely automate your network, making it way smarter, more resilient, and a whole lot easier to manage.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about why static routing is such a headache. Then we'll get into what BGP actually is and explore its three huge advantages: flexible updates, automatic failover, and some really powerful transit routing. Let's get into it.
Okay, I'm sure this sounds familiar to a lot of you. Your cloud environment is growing, things are getting more complex, and you're stuck in this loop of manually configuring routes between your on-premise network and Azure. It's not just tedious, right? It's a recipe for human error and, you guessed it, downtime. Every little network change means another manual ticket, which just puts your whole operation at risk.
Does that hit a little too close to home? It feels like you're playing a constant game of catch-up, trying to keep everything in sync across your hybrid environment. That operational burden is just huge. But thankfully, there is a much smarter way to handle all of this.
And that brings us to our solution, Border Gateway Protocol, or BGP. Now, this isn't just some little feature you turn on. It's a fundamental shift in thinking, moving away from manual, static configurations and toward intelligent, dynamic routing. So, what is BGP at its core? Well, it's the standard protocol that pretty much makes the entire internet work, and you can bring that same power right into your own network. It lets your Azure VPN gateways and your on-prem VPN devices, we call these BGP peers, automatically talk to each other and share routing information. So no more manual entries. The networks just talk, and they figure it out themselves. Now, to get started with this, you really just need two things. First off, you've got to be using Azure's Route-Based VPN gateways. And second, your VPN device back on premises needs to support the BGP protocol. If you've got those two boxes checked, you're all set to unlock all this power. So, you might be asking, why go through the trouble of setting it up? Well, the payoff is absolutely huge. It really boils down to three game-changing advantages we're about to break down: flexible prefix updates, automatic failover, and some incredibly powerful transit routing capabilities. All right, let's kick things off with the first big win, getting super flexible, granular control over exactly which routes you advertise between your networks. So how does this actually work? You know, it's surprisingly simple to get going. You just need to announce a tiny network segment. You could even use a single IP address just to get that BGP session up and running. Once you do that, you are in the driver's seat. You can tell Azure precisely which of your on-prem networks should be reachable. Now, there is one critical golden rule here. Do not advertise a network range that is identical to one you're already using inside your Azure VNet. That'll cause a routing conflict, and nobody wants that. Okay, let's move on to benefit number 2, which is all about building a much more resilient network. This is really about high availability and, keeping your business online, which is kind of the whole point.
The difference here is, well, it's night and day. With static routes, if a tunnel goes down, it's a fire drill, right? It's manual intervention, stress, and downtime. But with BGP and an active-active setup, you have redundant paths, so if one of those connections fails, BGP instantly and automatically reroutes all the traffic through the healthy tunnel. It's a completely seamless, zero-touch failover. You go from hours of potential downtime to a system that literally heals itself in seconds.
And finally, let's talk about the third benefit. This is where things get really cool, because it unlocks some truly powerful and advanced networking scenarios. Let's talk transit routing. I absolutely love this quote because it just nails the concept perfectly. With BGP, your Azure VNet stops being just another destination. It becomes an intelligent routing hub, like Grand Central Station, that can connect all your other networks together. So what does that actually let you do? Well, you can route traffic between two completely different on-premise sites using Microsoft's massive global network as your backbone. You can dynamically route between multiple Azure VNets. Essentially, BGP lets networks that aren't even directly connected to each other communicate by propagating routes across multiple hops. It's just a huge leap in what you can do. So let's bring this all home. By enabling BGP, you are fundamentally upgrading your Azure VPN Gateway from just a simple connection point into a truly dynamic routing powerhouse for your entire enterprise. So, to recap everything, BGP gives you flexible, automatic route updates, it ensures high availability with instant, hands-off failover, and it unlocks advanced transit routing. Most importantly, it just gets rid of that operational headache of static routes, so you can focus on architecture.
Hey, if this explainer helped you out, let us know by liking, sharing, and dropping a comment below.